I don't know if it's sunny outside where you are, but it's raining Sky-Dwellers at SwissWatchExpo. Stick around. Hi, it's Meg from SwissWatchExpo. Today's a really special day. Why? Because we have Sky-Dwellers to show you. The Rolex Sky-Dweller is such a special timepiece. Typically, the minute we get one in, we sell them. These are going to go very quickly, so hopefully they're still around when you see the video, but I have to share them with you anyway. Stick around though, because after I tell you a little bit about them, I'm actually going to tell you how to set them. It's very special. It's something unique to Rolex. It's none of the other watches that run the way this one does with the ring command bezel. So I'll be happy to show you that and how they're set. But also let me tell you a little bit about them first. I had the privilege of working with an authorized dealer in 2012 when these were introduced. It was a really big deal for Rolex. They had not introduced a new collection that was totally different from anything else they had in 20 years. The previous big introduction they'd made 20 years prior was the Yachtmaster. The Sky-Dweller is very interesting in that a couple of things happened. First is they finally responded to market demand and made it in a much larger timepiece than what they're known for. It's a 42mm watch. It's really intended and was marketed very much towards that high-end, elegant, world-class world traveler in their clientele. And it was a lot of fun to be a part of the introduction and the rollout when they came. When they were first introduced, they were introduced only in precious metal. We have the privilege of having this beautiful Ever Rose. It's Ever Rose because of their special alloy and patents on their rose gold material. It'll never change in its coloring. This one is very lovely, 18-karat rose gold case, oyster bracelet, the whole bit. So they were made in rose gold on a leather strap, yellow gold on a yellow gold bracelet, and white gold on a white gold bracelet. So the original introductions were fairly limited as far as the dial choices and also your bracelet choices. A couple of years later, in 2014, they actually decided to expand their all gold collection, and each of the gold medals were available with either an all gold, yellow gold, white gold, or Ever Rose gold bracelet, or they did have a leather strap. So that customer, that clientele that's that world traveler can have each of their choices, whether either leather or gold. So stunning timepiece. What makes this so special and unique to Rolex, and what I love it, and it's really touted to be probably one of the most ingenious watches they've created, is they've put a couple of very wonderful complications in this one timepiece. It is a GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, has a dual time zone on it, and it also is an annual calendar. You don't see that combination very often. Obviously, the GMT is iconic Rolex watch, but they've added that complication to this watch as well. What's so fascinating in this is that the functions are all through the bezel. Typically, the bezel on the Rolex watch is simply decorative, but this one in particular, it's actually called the ring command bezel. It is all about how you set the watch. So I'm going to show you that in just a minute. For a while, they sold these in all gold. What's very fun, and they've realized that they needed to kind of expand their market and bring in their loyal clients who wear their subs and wear their GMTs and wear their Datejust, and give them the ability to enjoy this very special timepiece as well. So in 2017, they actually introduced this in steel or steel and gold. So whether it's steel and rose gold or steel and yellow gold. So it was a little more affordable for the masses of Rolex wearers in the steel and gold metals, and really expanded the market of people that appreciate them. The other thing that they did as well in 2017 is they simplified the dials. The dials originally were available in a very elegant but beautiful either Arabic number or Roman numerals. They went to the iconic baton markers that are luminescent, so they actually have their chromolite blue luminescence on it. They're very legible in the dark, as well as they are, which is the whole idea of a world traveler. You should be able to know the time wherever you are, regardless of if it's day or night. So that was the other big addition that they made to 2017 in the Sky-Dwellers, was when they went to the baton markers. The final addition that they made was actually just done in 2021. I don't have one of them to show you, but they are available now in the Jubilee bracelet. It's the Super Jubilee bracelet. It's a little bit oversized to match the size of the case of these 42mm Sky-Dwellers. And the whole idea is it really harkens to the iconic Datejust and the Jubilee bracelet. Rolex really wants these clients that are enjoying the Sky-Dweller to wear it all the time, whether they're casual, traveling on the plane, or in their tuxedo in a casino somewhere. So everybody's got to wear it. It's elegant, it's recognizable, and the Jubilee bracelet on this was very, very well done and really pretty. But let's go back to the oyster bracelets for a minute. And more importantly, let me show you how to set the Sky-Dweller. This is the all steel. The other thing that's interesting on the all steel bracelet collection of this, the Sky-Dweller, the fluted bezel is white gold. The rest of the watch is steel. On the oyster bracelets in the steel and yellow gold, or steel and Everose, of course those center links, they are solid links, they're yellow gold. On the steel, the entire bracelet is steel. The center links are not white gold, just for those people who ask, but the bezel is. What's so fascinating about this is, in fact, how they work. So I'm going to turn around this way. Hopefully that'll be good for you to see as far as how simple they are to set. This is part of what I love about this watch, is just how simple and ingenious this is in using the ring command bezel. Remember, it has 3 different functions. It has, of course, the time and date, has your GMT, and then it does have your annual calendar. Now, the annual calendar on this is pretty smart. It does know which months have 30 and 31 days, so the only time you have to reset this calendar is in February on the month that it has leap year. So let me show you how this works. Of course, it's got your wonderful trip lock screw down crown. So you would unscrew the crown. Now remember, I told you this is not a decorative bezel. This is a ring command. This actually moves. So you turn it simply, you'll feel it, 1 click, 2 clicks, or 3 clicks. And each of the clicks has a different function on it. I'm going to go all the way back to the top. It's now out. I've unscrewed the crown. This is winding. Typically, when you pull this, you would think that if you pull it again and change it, you would change the time, but here you'll see nothing's happening. So when the bezel is all the way to the right, it simply winds. That's its function. I'm going to turn it to the first click, and now the function that's going to set is actually the date. Now, what's so fascinating about the annual calendar on this timepiece is where they've indicated the months. It's simple, it's logical. It's something that I think everybody on these watchmakers should do. But if you'll notice in this case, there is a small red indicator in the aperture just beyond the 8 o'clock. That 8 is the month. So in this case, this watch is currently set for August the 27th. Here's August, here's your date. In your date window, it's the 27th. I've turned it just 1 click. Now I'm going to change. Pull it out 1. I'm going to change the date. I've turned it 1 click counterclockwise, and I'm going to change the date. And what's interesting on this is you can turn it either direction. If you turn it clockwise, it's going to go backwards, and if you turn it counterclockwise, it's going to go forward. So I was on the 27th, and as I change it over, you'll see that it knows, and it jumped to September the 1st. It changed to 9. So that's simple, how you change the date, and it changed the date and the day at the same time. So that's the first position. I'm going to push my crown back in, turn it 1 more counterclockwise to the left. Now we have, pull it out again. Now we're actually, this is more of your annual time, your GMT time versus your home reference time. I'm going to talk about the reference time in just a minute. That's your inner circle with the red marker and the 24 hours in the center circle in the watch. But this, for all the world travelers that are wearing this wonderful timepiece, the second position is actually where you're going to change your time. We had this set for 2 o'clock. I'm in Atlanta. I'm going to fly to LA this weekend. I'm not, but just in case I were. I'm going to back this up 3 hours, 1, 2, 3. Now it's 11 o'clock in LA, but it's still 2 o'clock in Atlanta. So that's going to show you how to set that. And then when I come back to Atlanta, I simply move, and I'm moving the hour hand only back to 2 o'clock. Quite simple. Push the crown back in, Turn it one more in its final position all the way. And this is actually where I'm going to set the entire function of the GMT and the timing on this. So now you'll see, now all of the time is moving. The 24-hour GMT center circle is changing the time, as well as the hours and the minutes. So this is where I'm going to set my time. Let's actually set it for the time it is today. It's about 10 o'clock right now. You'll see we've set it for 10. The inner circle has 10, which also, of course, is in GMT time, so it means it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and they match up. So quite simple. For all the complications that are in the watch, it's probably one of the most easiest functions and how they set because of the ingenuity of this amazing ring command bezel. When you're all finished, push the crown back in, lock it down, move your ring command bezel all the way back up to noon where it won't move anymore. You're all set, you're ready to go, travel off to exotic places in the world, take this extraordinary watch with you. You don't have one? Give us a call at SwissWatchExpo. We'll make sure we pick out one of these beautiful ones for you.